Hello YouTube, let's talk about final LEC week and some MSI thoughts. Firstly, let's talk about upcoming series between Fnatic and BDS. The winner of this series will represent EU on MSI. Who would I prefer to see on this tournament? For me, it's clearly Fnatic. If you ask me why, I will tell you. First of all, I think this team has higher peak potential. Players like Humanoid, Razork are way better than Sheo and Nuke from BDS, in my opinion, in their peak. Second of all, Fnatic is more flexible. They maybe are not the most flexible team in LEC or not even close to it, but at least they have some flexibility. In terms of Team BDS, I see legit no flexibility, and also I think that players like Sheo and Nuke, again, are really meta slaves. So if in meta we have champions that they are kinda fine with, BDS will present well, but if not, BDS might fall. Also, we got an info that Fnatic is really good in scrims, and SK Gaming top laner Irrelevant said that for him Fnatic is the best scrim team from LEC, even better than G2. So it's also worth to know. Of course, BDS can get it this series, but my preference is to see Fnatic on this event. BDS is not a bad team, they are really coordinated, and also their AD carry is in really good disposition. The next question is, can the winner of this series beat G2 or make a close series against G2? My answer is no. I don't see any serious opponent for G2 in this league. So I expect clean final, maybe one map drop. That's max what I expect. G2 is way more flexible than both of these teams. G2 is way better in macro than both of these teams. And G2 is way better in terms of pick of the players than both of these teams, in my opinion. Also, G2 has by far the best top lane from these three teams, by far best mid laner from these three teams, and I think the best solo lanes are enough to secure this title for G2. But the real question should be, what do I expect from G2 on international event like MSI? What do I expect from Fnatic/BDS on international event like MSI? And let me answer on it. So on MSI, European teams will face, first of all, Team Liquid with Impact, Umti, APA, Yon, and Core JJ. From more interesting region like Korea, Gen.G with Kin, Canyon, Chovy, Pace, Lehens. Billy Gaming with Bin, Zoom, Knight, Elk on. Also FlyQuest with Buipo inspired Jensen, Masu, Busia, or Busia, hard to say. Second seed from LPL will be the winner of series between Top Esports with 369, Tian, Krim, Jakilov, and Meiko, or Super Team JDG, Flandre, Kanavi, Yagao, Ruler, and Missing. And second seed from LCK will be the winner of the series between Hanwha and T1, Hanwha with Doran, Peanut, Zeka, Viper, Delight, and T1 with Zeus, Honor, Faker, Gumayushi, and Keria. So my expectations from G2 will be to beat at least half of these teams and go close with them to show that they can compete against the best of the best in this tournament. I have really high expectations from this roster because they are playing for second year together already. They have no rival in EU. So I have really high hopes for international events. Because if G2 roster with Broken Blade, Yike, Caps, Hans, and Mikey X will fail again, like in last year on international event, I see legit no point to keep such a roster. Because what's the point to win LEC over and over again with this team when on international event you are by far worse than Asian teams? But right now I really believe that they can go close with them, that they can beat few of these teams. I'm not saying that G2 will win it, but I'm optimist, let's say. The thing that I'm most afraid is G2 bot lane with Hans Mikey. For me, they are underperforming, especially Mikey X, but also I'm kinda skeptical about Hans Sama. So yeah, that's the biggest fear. The most confident I'm for G2 solo lanes. Caps Broken Blade for me are really good. They are in really solid disposition, and yeah. But what I expect from our second seed? From our second seed, that will be Fnatic or BDS, I expect beating NA, so beating FlyQuest and beating Team Liquid, and beating PSG Talon, that is always solid. I don't have higher expectations from second seed because second seed is way worse than our first seed, and also teams from Asia are top tier. We don't have third, fourth seed from this country in this tournament. We have only the best of the best, so I don't expect Fnatic/BDS to beat them. Maybe if it was about BO1s, they could make it, but this format is only about BO5s in main event, so it will be really hard for Fnatic or BDS to beat such a rosters. But this G2 team needs to prove that they are worth international event. But who is the favorite of MSI, in my opinion? Of course, G2 might be a dark horse of this tournament. This is what I think, but the favorite should be Genji. Look at this roster: Keen, Canyon, Chovy, Pace, and Legends. This roster on paper is really, really good. The biggest opponent for them should be Bilibili Gaming from China, of course, with Bin, Zun, Knight, Elk, and On. These two rosters are omega competitive, and our team G2 needs to be in peak to compete against them, but I hope they will be. At the end, we can check the MSI patch. Look at the buffs. We have buff for Draven, for example, so G2 comfort zone, let's say. We have buffs for Graves, Jarvan in the jungle, some switch in terms of AD carry meta, especially Jhin Kai'Sa might be back, so we might see some switch in this position. Riot is also trying to bring Sylas to the jungle because he got another buff on this role. Finally, we might not see Azir. Look at these nerfs. So I really expect Azir not to be that popular on MSI because it's really annoying to see such a champion. Also, nerf on Zeri 30 HP on AD carry, it's quite a lot, especially for early mid game. And the most interesting change is in champion adjustments. Look at this Mordekaiser change. Ultimate can no longer be cleansed, still blocked by CC immunity. It's a really big change, and maybe it will be even game-breaking change, because on paper it looks really strong. I wonder if teams will prepare Mordekaiser on MSI, because on paper he should be really strong. Also, I'm curious if some teams will prepare new Skarner for MSI. So that's the two things that I'm the most interested in. The third thing is the Sylas jungle also, yeah, that's the thing that might be cool to see. And of course, switch in AD carry meta. Jhin, Kai'Sa maybe will become more popular, also Draven. In the mid lane, Akali LeBlanc, so that's good. In terms of caps, for example, his LeBlanc is insane. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me, what do you think? What can achieve G2 on MSI? Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching and see ya, guys.